So we're going to start with this first part. Okay, so to explain this real quick, it's going to be E string, the sixth string open string, fourth string hammer on from 0 to 2nd fret. Okay, so and then we're going to go 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 4th fret, and then slide up one with that frame. And you're gonna do another E string open fret, open string, I mean, and then you're gonna go 5th string, 3rd fret, 4th string, 5th fret. So essentially, you're doing. So just pretty much what we're dealing with here is. But Dave Mustaine wanted to make it more heavy, and so instead of just doing, he broke it down and did a cool kind of little. Okay, but there's some intricacies here I want to talk about. When I'm doing the first note here, of course I'm plucking it hard and I'm just letting it ring for a second. It's not a power chord. It's just an open string. It's very important. That makes a big difference to the sound. And then when I'm doing my next note, I'm for the hammer on, I'm plucking up. So, and then here's a little secret. Like when I'm hammering on from the open string to the 2nd fret on this 4th string, I'm having my finger already set up to play the next note on the 5th string. I mean, it's just, essentially at that point you're a power chord. Playing those two notes at the same, letting it ring like that is essential to getting that sound. Because he's not cutting it off before he hits that 3rd note. You know, he's not doing that. He's not. Or if he might be, but how I like playing it, how I think it sounds better, heavier, is I let it ring into that. Very subtle. Just right. So, okay. So, and then we're going. Power chord, palm mute the E string, and then going up to this next power chord. So with this, it's very important that when we hit this 3rd fret, instead of just hitting the 5th fret on the 4th string, we're actually going to do the 3rd fret on the 5th string and then power chord after that when you're letting it ring. So very important, especially in the beginning, because when he's holding it, when the riff starts, you want that powerful sound. You don't want to just. If I played it without the power chord, it's going to sound like this. Oh wait, I accidentally did it with the power chord. Muscle memory. We're missing the mark. We have to power chord that. It's going to be very strong. You want to end strong with that. So that right there is that's perfect. And what's the alternative? If you're not doing these tiny little things that I'm explaining here, then you could sound way off. You could sound something like let me try to play it fair, but differently. But not. I'm trying to show you how it sounds without feel. I can't play it without feel. It's very hard to play it without feel. Once I learned it the way I learned it, the muscle memory kicks in. It's very difficult to play it otherwise. But trust me, there's a big difference in the sound when you play it like this. And then the next part. Okay, so same thing. So yeah, we're gonna do the same part. Let me see. Yep. Instead of doing we're gonna copy exactly what we did, but instead of doing that last part with the power chord on the third fret, we're gonna scrap that part. So it's just okay. So far we're up to super simple. Super simple. We're doing the same thing twice, except we're not doing this the second time. Again, I'm gonna play it again. Start everything over and just watch. The only part I left out was this. Okay, so this time, instead of doing that long power chord, we're gonna fill in that space with this. Okay, so what we're doing is, we're not just doing basic power chords. We're not doing that. We're actually, Dave Mustaine's using a really nasty sounding combination of notes here. So he's going the third fret of the sixth string and the second fret of the fifth string at the same time. So it sounds really ugly. It's supposed to sound ugly. It sounds good when you play it in this context. Those are the notes you want. And what he's doing is he's hitting this, and then he's sliding down. He's keeping the frame. He's just sliding down. So 6th string 2nd fret, 5th string 1st fret. So, and he's palm muting them. So instead of just strumming, he's palm muting them. I used to like playing it open string, where you're just like, or sometimes I would like to do the first set open, and then I would palm mute the lower notes. Sometimes I used to like doing that, but the way he plays it on the record, I think he palm mutes it all, if I remember correctly, but it also just sounds tighter that way. So we're gonna palm mute. For palm muting, there's a whole art to that, but basically your palm is keeping the strings from ringing so much. You don't want to palm mute too tightly to where you can't hear it. If you're way up here with the strings, you don't get anything. So you want to find that happy medium. I've been palm muting metal riffs for a long time, and so I naturally have a really good feel for getting that chugging sound effect, and you can too if you don't already. It just takes practice. So we're going to want to get that. And then let's see, how can I teach this? Basically what we're doing is we're going 3-2 and then 2-1. It's like 3-2. If we're just doing one string on the 6th string, it's like fret 3-2, 2-1, 1-0. That's what we're doing. So like, okay, but when we add this the 5th string into play, we're going like this. We're going starting here, and then we're going sliding down one, and then we're hitting this and sliding down one again. And just think, if you're sliding off the track, now this 5th string is an open string. It's an open string. So I really hope I'm making sense, because I'm trying to teach in a efficient way. Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe I should be more careful. I guess I'm going to kind of assume that you can read tabs. I want you to look at some tabs and make sure you're getting the right sound. You got the right notes in mind. What I want to show you is how the intricacies of how I'm playing this riff. So it'd be great if you've already had a basic understanding of this riff. But basically, 6th string is going 3-2, 2-1, 1 open string, and then the 5th string at the same time is going 2-1, 1-0, and then 0-2. So. And when you go 0 on the 6th string and 2 on the, when you end like this, you're in a power chord. So like, I've never really taught guitar before, so I apologize if I'm overcomplicating it, but that's where we're at. Now, we're not just doing this. We're putting 2 notes in between that on 2 parts. So we've got after you do the 2 parts, you're gonna go open strings on the E and the A, the 1st and the 2nd string. Just that's it. That's it. Okay, so after the 1st set, do those 2 strings, and after the 2nd set, do it again. And then our last one, which is just the 1st fret on the 6th string and then the open string on this one. And then we start it over. So this is what it sounds like together. Okay, a little bit of... So I want to talk about these 2 strings. When we do the climb down, we'll call it the climb down. What I'm thinking about with these 2 used to give me trouble. Used to give me trouble getting it to sound right. So I want to try to explain my thought process while playing this. I think what I'm doing is I'm just letting it ring. So. Basically, essentially, you're eventually getting this sound because you're playing them both at the same time. If you don't play both the strings at the same time, if you're not letting them ring at the same time, you're not getting that right sound. There's a tiny bit of an overlap. So we're not going... We're not playing them one at a time. We're playing the first one, and then we're letting it ring into the second one. So essentially, at the end, you're getting that sound together. That's crucial. There's a lot of things going on that most guitar players, when they're teaching, they don't even think about because it's muscle memory. One thing that I could think of right now is how I'm palm muting this. I'm palm muting with I got every string muted with my palm right here. What I'm doing now is I'm letting up. I'm kind of letting up. This is where it just takes time to get it to sound right, because there's so many intricacies in how you're moving your wrist when you're playing too. I mean, I'm muting every string at this part, and then I'm letting off on the two top, the first and the second string, and then I'm cutting it. I mean, and I'm also cutting strings. Sometimes I'm cutting the sound. I'm stopping the sound immediately with this hand. Just, if you're just strong, you got to be able to stop it with either hand. Okay, and when you start playing it more and more and more, you naturally can stop the strings a lot easier. It's really effortlessly. You don't even think about it. It just becomes feel. So. But yeah, that part used to really mess with me, because what would happen is I would pluck the strings. They would keep ringing as I got onto the next part, and that's a problem. So what I'm doing is I guess in my mind, I'm breaking it into sections. You got the first section. After that, you cut it. I don't care how you stop it. I don't care if you stop the strings with your left hand or your right hand. But after that first part, cut it just like that. Don't follow into the next one. It's gonna bleed through a little bit. You don't want that. That's messy. So you wanna play technical. You wanna play tight. So that's the first part. Cut it. Second part, do the same exact thing. Cut it. I even use both hands. You might not even tell when I'm playing full speed that I'm cutting it, but I'm cutting it somehow. Okay. And that power chord leads us into the second thing. And I think we're doing this whole thing twice. So we have two parts to the riff. We have two big parts to the riff. I'm going to play them both. So I'm going to play everything we learned so far. And then the only difference from here, it gets into a main riff when you start singing over it, and it goes like this. Wait, let me try to remember. The only difference really is instead of that power chord, instead of letting it ring, you're going to basically chug it with palm mutes. And now there's let me think. I think that's the only difference. There's a little more like later on, but this is the main. You'll be playing the main parts. So the little intricacies to that, I want to explain that before I go. It's not as simple as just turning that palm mute into a chug like this. That sounds soulless to me. What I'm doing is, instead of just a big difference that I do when I'm doing this part is, instead of just doing that third fret and then turning it into a power chord, so like I'm doing the third fret, and then instead of the whole power chord together, I'm doing the third fret and then the fifth fret separately. So I'm not plucking that third fret twice, I'm only plucking it once. There's a big reason why. It blends in better when you do this part. And I'm actually adding a lot of vibrato, usually with my pinky, I think, or my ring finger. I think it's usually with my pinky. I'm adding a lot of vibrato on this one. And so what you end up getting instead of this is you get this. Okay, big difference, because after that, a little bit of that vibrato, you're chugging it. And what I do, I guess it's just my style, what I think sounds the heaviest is when you chug it tight for about 4 notes, and then you start letting off. So that part's the same. I don't know if that sounds the heaviest or the best, but it's actually become habit and I haven't thought much about it. Let's see what it sounds like when I play it chugging them all, keeping all the palm mutes actually tightly palm muted. See, it's muscle memory kicked in, and I think maybe I'll try to just let the last note ring. That's pretty cool. It has its thing, but I think what sounds best is when I chug most of the first half, and the second half I start letting up. And I haven't even heard my own playing that much. I really just play it and it feels the best. So I'm actually going to learn for myself once I hear this back if I really like the sound of it. But that's it. That's Holy Wars. Maybe next time we can get into these riffs. Let's see. Oh yeah, I remember. And then there's the yeah, I still need practice. Anyways, thanks for watching.